We're often taught that ego is the enemy. And it's true. Our sense of separation is at the root of all of our suffering. And yet as human beings, unless you're a monk in a cave, far away from everything and everyone, you need to have some level of differentiation, of distinguishing yourself between you and the environment in order to take care of yourself, in order to be able to say, look, my foot hurts and I need to go to the doctor.
By seeing the ego as the enemy, we run the risk of adopting a violent attitude toward ourselves, i.e. the ego hating the ego, which is essentially a form of self-aggression. And besides, we fuel that which we hate and fear, which ironically makes the ego bigger.
Yeah, the reality is that you need to have a healthy, balanced ego before you should try to embark on transcending it. That's why we focus so much on inner work and all these other types of healings. You need to sort of create some level of stability and untangling of all those knots and those neuroses, because if you don't, often you end up with the many situations of these scandalous teachers and gurus where you can have a full an awakening experience. You can touch deep levels of being and awareness and consciousness, and at the same time you're underdeveloped and lopsided in other ways, and it results in all kinds of problems for yourself and others.
This is not about letting the ego run the show or allowing it to tame or control us. Instead, a healthier and more compassionate way to approach our ego is to simply become aware of it and aware of the chains that it places on us through mental stories, through old wounds, through patterns of conditioning, and to liberate ourselves from these chains, these old stories, these old patterns and conditions, and not attaching to them. Not creating this small, disempowered and distorted identity out of them. The key here is self-awareness. It's not self-condemnation or self-warfare.